Now, you can text me if you want, 35192. Another chance for you to go fund yourself about 8 minutes from now, around 4:30. Up to 16 times every weekday, you get a shot to grab $1,000 an hour. So, next chance at that. If you're trying to get to LA for our sold-out Alter Ego Festival, I will have one more trip today to give to you. That'll be closer to 6 o'clock. Cavaliers lose to Detroit last night downtown. 115 to 113 was the final. They will take tonight off and then head to Detroit to try to win against the Pistons. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. You'll hear all that here on MMS, your FM home for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. And then Corey Kluber saying goodbye, Cleveland.
Klubot.
The Klubot. He penned a farewell letter to the fine people of Cleveland, the Indians fans. After a decade with the club, he has been traded to the Texas Rangers. And he says, Cleveland will always be special to me and my family, which I think is the best thing you can say when you're leaving.
He's not from here, is he?
No. I don't believe he is, no. He is going down there and going to do whatever for them.
Well, when you spend that long in a city, I mean, like if you were to leave, it's left a huge part of your life. You know what I mean? 10 years is a long time to be in a place.
10 years is a long time. Corey Kluber is from Birmingham, Alabama. So, thank you, Cleveland, is his letter. Cleveland was where I learned how to be a professional baseball player.
Mm.
Me too.
Me too.
It's where everybody learns to be a professional baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Those
Corey, come with something original.
$13 district tickets. We all just sit there professionally. Or stand there, rather.
But unfortunately, we didn't get it done in the World Series. I never blame anyone or anything when things don't go
We
as
blame you.
planned. We dusted ourselves off, put our heads down, and got back to work. That's what you do when you're from Cleveland. You can always whip out that old chestnut, you know?
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Hard-working people.
You can never win, so just keep your head down and do the work and blah, blah, blah. But that was nice of him. I'll be back as a Ranger, but I'll always be from Cleveland, he says. When I come back next season, I'll be coming back as a visitor. Well, all those guys are gone, right? Like, what's his name? Who's the dope with the drones? He's in Cincinnati now.
Yeah,
and
he's
Dope with the
Trevor
drones.
Bauer.
Trevor Bauer's gone, yeah. And we haven't completely blown up the team, but they're not...
a lot of those guys are gone, though.
They're still...
Frankie's still here, right?
For now, yeah.
Kibner's still here?
No.
I'm out. Well, I'll go see Frankie still.
He's been here a while, too.
Yeah.
Kipnis.
Yeah.
And he was here when I got here, I feel like.
Yeah, but Frankie might not be here much longer.
I love him.
Why?
Because he's cute and he's good at baseball.
So if he's not good at baseball?
I'd love him less.
And if he's not cute?
I would definitely love him less.
So he has to have both of those things continue to go for him, is
Correct.
what you're saying.
Yes.
So that he can stay on Mary
He's just
Santora's
so
radar.
happy. I'm sure he's not happy all the time, but you can tell when he's out there he loves what he's doing. He's having a good time. He's talented. He's fun. He's like, seems like a, you know. This is also, I don't know anything. I've never had a conversation with the guy, but from what I observe, he seems to be in good spirits.
Frankie.
No,
And
super racist.
Who's Frankie?
What?
You are Francisco Lindor, I believe is who you're talking
Yes,
about.
yes.
Okay, I was like, you
the
can't...
heir to the
Frankie Muniz.
multinational chocolate corporation.
Yeah, our new first baseman, Frankie Muniz.
I met him. He smelled delightful.
Frankie Muniz?
No!
Oh.
Francisco Lindor.
Yeah.
I bet Frankie Muniz smelled quite nice too.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he here years ago for like that D League or something, or what's the celebrity?
Softball game. I think he was here just like last summer.
No, the celebrity basketball thing years
okay.
ago. He was the coach because he's 2 feet tall.
I was
so
like,
he's
is he
not
like
gonna-
5'4"?
Yeah, well, that's why he was the coach. G League or whatever. I don't know what it was. No, that was the Ben Affleck movie. I'm sorry. So yeah, Malcolm in the Middle
Yes.
doing his thing.
Which I still watch. by
Agent
the way.
Cody Banks doing his thing.
Funny show. Malcolm in the Middle holds up.
Never
Does
saw
it?
Yeah.
Never
That's
watched
Bryan
one
Cranston.
episode.
Funny show.
It still holds
It
up.
looked like
Yeah.
just nothing but screaming to me.
But
No.
that's like the average American household.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
wasn't
Yeah.
mine.
It was my household.
Was not mine.
I don't think it's... I mean, there's some screaming, but I think it's actually a really clever, really funny, well-written show.
Any family that has more than 2 boys in it can relate so
We had 3.
so much to that show.
And that we were. This was not a screaming.
But you
house
guys
that
were
I
also
grew up in.
weird. You guys didn't eat junk food. Like you guys.
What the hell does that have to do with
You
anything?
guys are.
He's saying your house was very tied up. Like
You're in
you
the
had
minority.
to be very
Well, we had
strict
fun.
and
We just weren't punching each other in the face.
Nah, I
and-
feel like you
On
guys
a
didn't have
schedule.
any fun. At
we had
all.
lots of fun. I had a
No.
great childhood,
No, you
other than
didn't.
getting spanked all the time. No, but I had a
See,
great
then you
time.
can't relate to it because their parents were.
I had
the
a
mom
great
was a
time.
disciplinarian.
I had a great time with my siblings.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we weren't a screaming house.
Yeah.
My parents
Again,
never raised their voices.
There's not as much screaming as you like. The mom yells, but
Every
it's
time
not-
I've clicked
yeah.
through on cable and Malcolm in the Middle is on, someone's screaming.
Yeah,
That's my experience with it.
Yes, I can believe
And
that.
Poundcake just said, yeah, that's why everybody can relate to it.
Well, I just know
A lot of screaming in
Like
my
when
house.
when my mother was angry with me, I felt like I was the worst child in the world. I was like, oh my gosh, our house is
were.
so Our house is so dysfunctional. Like
you were in the running at least.
our house is so dysfunctional. Like no one in the world behaves like I do. And then I go to my friends' households, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are 10 times worse. So I would go home and act up, and I didn't feel as bad.
I can't even imagine being a parent and your kid just continuously not listening to you.
It's incredibly
That's
frustrating.
where I'm like, you don't like. What do you even do? You're like, I want to hit you. I don't want to hit you because I love you.
Nah,
but you
hit 'em.
will not listen to me.
That's
I
what,
can't
that's what I've
scream
got.
at you.
That's
like,
what I've got right now, and I don't scream.
That's what I'm
I just
saying.
don't come from yelling
Hit
backward.
them
Yeah.
with whatever you got.
Our parents hit us. Yeah, that was what it was. They would yell at us. They'd hit us. They'd be like, I don't know,
A glass, a
If I hit
brick.
you and you don't like the pain, then you won't do it again.
A spoon,
you know?
a chair, a pooper scooper. I've been
Anything.
hit with it all.
A belt, a Hot Wheels track, all of it.
uh-huh.
My
got it.
parents never threw things at us.
A plate,
Oh, shoes.
I got
Yeah,
spanked
for
all
sure.
the time.
a high heel.
Whatever's in reach. A sibling.
When it came to my dad, I would take the beating over the talks, though. Just hit me and end it. I don't need you to talk to me for 45 minutes about blah, 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 blah.
Did he give you? He gave you the choice.
Oh, no.
Why didn't he give you the beating and the talk?
Usually both.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, I'll take extra beatings if
Right.
we just don't have to talk anymore.
I love when my mom used to ground me. I was like, Mom, that's such a like white thing to do. Like you're gonna ground me.
white thing
I'm
to do.
sorry.
Who's being grounded white?
Because all my friends, all my white
He's right.
friends,
He's
got
right.
all my white friends got grounded. All of my black friends got beat.
We got beat.
And so I guess because I was a little of both, she tried to ingratiate that. And I think honestly,
we were too
Ingratiate.
We never
you
got
can,
grounded.
You can
like,
get beat and grounded.
But-
my parents would talk about grounding us, but they didn't
didn't wanna have
ever
to stay.
stick to it.
Exactly.
So
My mom was too
it
lazy.
was
She-
get in trouble or like. But we also weren't that bad.
She worked
and
too
also,
much.
like, yeah, my parents were busy all the time, so it was really just like, just don't cause problems. But my dad would, he'd give speeches. And those were the worst.
No, we didn't have a yelling house. And so when I would go over to friends' houses, like spend the night at your friend's house or whatever, and they were all my friends, their parents like, "Rah!" you know, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, it made me uncomfortable.
Well, yeah,
It made
that's
me
what it's
very
supposed to do.
uncomfortable.
It's supposed to make you uncomfortable so you don't act that way anymore.
No, but if you're in a yelling household,
You get
you're
used
so
to it,
inured
yeah.
to it
It's
that
true.
it doesn't affect you anymore.
Yeah.
It affected me because I wasn't their kid.
Yeah,
I
you're
used
the
to sit-
scared one.
That was one of the things. Like, you go to a friend's house, and like my parents didn't really fight. You go to a house where the parents fight with each other. That was uncomfortable.
Yes.
You
In
go,
front of you.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't care that you have a friend over.
Yeah. I've never
Yeah.
seen that. I've never seen the parents fight.
Like, and it wasn't like he was beating or anything, but like they would just like
Yell
at each other, and I'd be like, I don't like this one bit.
Or doors slamming. And yeah.
It used to be a spectacle in my house. I would always have like I would have a friend or my brother would have a friend over, and one of us would be getting beat. And so whenever it was one of us getting beat and we had a friend over, we would stick our legs through the railing of the stairs, and my mom would always do it at the landing of the stairs. And so she would grab her switch and she would beat myself or my brother, and me and my friend would be up there eating popcorn or whatever, looking down like, wow, your brother's getting tore up by your mom. Like, ow.
See, I knew our friends. I had one friend's parents that would fight a lot, and they would always be like, "I think it's time for Mary to go home." Like, and I knew I was like,
yeah.
my friend's about to get beat so bad. Like they
Yeah.
would wait.
Yeah.
Like, so I'd
Yeah.
have to go call my parents. And be like, I need you to come get me right now.
Now something
Like-
something I could not stand when my kids were little, when they'd send a friend to ask me,
Can I sleep over? And
Yeah.
yeah, we would do that all the time.
and I like laid down the law. I'm like, you can never send, and because it is immediate no.
Yeah.
If you send your friend to try and ask. And sometimes the friend would be like, "No, I'll just go ask them."
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "No, that
That's
means
so
no."
much worse. That's so much
I'm
worse.
like, yeah. So just come in and ask me, don't send your friend.
That's rude. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd never asked to stay over at a friend's house.
Like, if I'm going to say no to my child, what makes you think I would say yes to you?
Yeah, you tell him, Poundcake.
Just saying.
All right, listen, $1,000. And you'll love the keyword here, too. For you, it's a shot for you to go fund yourself. Good luck.
Hey, it's Rover. Go fund yourself. We have your shot at $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword MOM to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rate supply in this nationwide contest. That's MOM to 200-200. Good luck and go fund yourself from 100.7 WMMS.
I like the whippings during that. Now, Mom! Ow!
That's right. That's what I associate with, yeah.
I ain't do it.
And my daughter is kind of the same way, too. I mean, we're dealing with, she'll be 4 in a matter of weeks, and she don't want to listen to anything. But, we're not throwing stuff and yelling. Because that's not how it's just not how I grew up.
Maybe you should yell a little bit.
We didn't do it with our older kids, me and my ex-wife. We didn't hit them or yell or, you tell them what you want them to do, what you don't want them to do.
Nah, we're not about to listen.
Well, listen, I will say this. No matter what route you take, there will be success stories and there will be failure stories. I just think it's better to err on the side of, my parents were very Catholic and my dad was the military, and so it was very, spare the rod, spoil the child. But that's old school. Mm-hmm. So I don't blame them for that. That's how they were raised, but that was not how I was going to raise my kids.
There's something more terrifying about a parent that is calm and not yelling, that's ready to beat you.
That's how my dad was.
Then, like, if it's an emotional moment, you can understand that more as a child. But if someone's just calm and beating you, you're like, oh, this is just what they do. This is how they, this is just like a chore for them. And they're just like, oh, well, it's time to beat the children.
Right. Yeah, for my dad, it was probably just like boot camp or something, He's like, all right, well, you did something I didn't want you to do, and so now you suffer the consequences.
Sorry,
so come on over.
I'll never... Sorry, go ahead.
I was in Vegas, one of my nephews was sticking his finger in some hole that was in the
Yeah, he was. Vegas, baby!
The houses that we were staying in were like they're Airbnb houses, so there was like little bits of damage all over the place. And there's like this little hole in the wall, and repeatedly people kept telling him to get his finger out of the hole. Stop sticking your finger in the hole. And at one point he just kept doing it, and I just looked at him and go, hey, how many people have told you to stop doing that? And he goes, everybody? And I'm like, so do you...
Shame.
So do you think that you should keep doing that if everybody... This isn't one person saying don't do that. This is every single person in the house telling you to stop putting your finger in that hole. Do you think you should keep doing it? And he's like, no. And this is like, it was like a real he
was dejected.
It's like, man, I am kind of a jerk for this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was funny though.
I'll never know the horror of
Now that is advice. Those who can't do teach. That is advice that Bill Squire has never taken.
How many people are telling you to stay out of that hole, Bill?
That's right. Should you keep putting your finger in that hole?
If everyone's telling you it's a bad idea
to put your finger in that hole,
why do you keep doing it?
He doesn't even realize that I'm giving him life advice, not just for that moment.
You're still a real jerk.
Why? Because I'm telling him to stop putting his finger in the
Practice
hole?
what you preach, homie.
I'm not sticking my finger in wall holes.
They're bathroom stall holes.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, not that. No,
yeah.
But my friends
gazebo holes.
My friends knew
holes.
My friends knew the horror of having like the mom saying, "Oh, that's okay. Cody's right here. Like your friend's with you right now, but wait till your daddy gets home," and his face would just turn white. Like all the blood would just run out of his face. I never knew that horror. Like my mom either did it or she didn't do it, and then that was it. But my friends with their parents, oh no, they'll throw stuff at them. Like they'll ground them. Like they'll be on punishment for the rest of the summer, all because they were hanging out with me and we did something bad.
It would have been great to have been a fly on the wall in the young Cody Brown house, where his poor sainted mother is
just
trying to
working her ass off.
keep this hellion.
She's trying to sleep.
She's trying to
working third shift.
I was not bad. All of my teachers loved me.
That's different than how you were at home.
I didn't get into that much trouble.
Because she was asleep.
Yeah, but like all my friends' parents, they like.
See, I was great
they
at
would come
home
bad
too,
times.
but then I was a hellion in school. So when I first went to kindergarten and all of the letters were coming home with my mom, Alan has self-control problems. Alan's trying to make everybody laugh. My mom was like, this can't possibly be
The same kid, right?
my kid, right?
Alan's trying to make everybody laugh, or he is making everybody laugh.
Try.
Well, you got to try. Hey, try again.
I remember
my mom was like, she did not, but it was the last time she ever mistrusted the teachers because she was like, and then first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth. Oh, yeah, it was a whole thing.
I was
great at home.
I was very much so a not getting attention at home, so I'd act out in school kind of a kid. But I was smart, so I've said this before, it would piss teachers off that I'd be like...
The class clown and didn't get A's.
Yeah, and they're like, this is infuriating. Like, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm bored. My parents are going through a divorce. I'm sad.
You're so frank with it.
That's exactly what my home life sucks, and I'm going to make noise here. Like, that's
I remember
what I'm going to do.
my friend's dad found out that we looked at porn on their computer because he was a computer administrator, and he got home, he was like, who was looking at porn on the computer? And we were like, huh? They're like, who was looking at porn on the computer? And I was like, well, it ain't my house, so obviously I'm not taking the rap for this. So I was like, I'm just going to go.
I got sold out. I got sold out by my neighbors because they thought it was funny to call, like, the, like, 1-800 numbers, like, 1-800, like, sex lines.
Oh, yeah.
And they called those.
Oh, you got charged?
And they got charged a bunch, and then, like, we'd always just call, hear the message, and then hang up. And it was not my idea, but they blamed it all on me because one of them, like, actually, like, stayed on the line
phone, yeah.
and like ran up a bill, and they blamed it all on me. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this because there's no way I can prove that I didn't do it. But
I have a
there's
question.
like it was just really, really annoying, and like I never hung out with those kids again after that.
Where did it get charged to?
Their home line, the landline.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So
they
your
sent it to the-
landline had like a bill that came to the house?
Yeah,
I feel like we were young the last time I haven't had a landline since I was probably.
they
I don't
put it
even
on
know.
your phone bill.
On your phone bill.
So that came to your house once
It was
a
like
month.
$3.99 first minute.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
No,
And
I
they
think
just
it's
charge
like
it to
3.
your number, and they could like basically it's like room service
Okay.
where they
Got
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Bedroom
free.
service.
yeah.
It's free
So
the
they-
first 5 minutes.
So they send the bill to like your phone company, and then you have to pay back your phone company.
Nothing was free the first 5 minutes because it only took you 30 seconds to get off.
No, they that's how they
No, it was
get
like an
you.
800
It was like-
number to like, and then you'd have to call another number to actually charge it.
It was like 99 cents the first minute,
Yeah.
and then it was $11
Yeah.
every minute after that.
Each additional
I called the
minute.
phone sex line one time. I was like, it was
Just to see what it was? Or
Well,
you
yeah,
were-
yeah. Well, I was
did it once, too.
I was a grown man. I was, and then 400 other times after that.
No, I just did it. I did it once because it was just not that good. Like I did it once. It was like when I first started doing comedy.
I couldn't
in
get my
Bowling
head
Green.
around the fact that it was probably the other person on the other line, like
Making
doing
bacon.
their nails.
Oh no,
doing
they're
something.
not doing anything.
Right.
They're sitting, just chilling,
Making
watching
butter.
TV.
Yeah, I was in. I was staying in a hotel. I did a show in Bowling Green, and I was just like there for the night. And it was like there wasn't Wi-Fi yet. I didn't have
Yeah.
a laptop
You
yet.
had nothing to do.
So there wasn't anything on like Skinamax in the hotel. So I called a sex line and.
It's pretty boring.
Yeah, it was like 30
I had
seconds.
just moved to-
I'm like, I think what I did was like, I'm good. I'll take care of it from here, and like just hung up.
Did you
I'm
guys
good.
know that Britney's a phone sex operator? And it's a 1-800-WHEEL girls.
Weird girls.
Wheel.
Wheel.
Oh,
Wheel.
real girls.
Wheel.
Oh,
They're
Wheel
drivers. They drive
girls.
around.
Yeah.
They're behind
What
the wheel.
tough.
Wheel
What
girls.
Wheel girls.
Yeah. I had just moved to Kalamazoo, and I was like, I'll call one of these lines, see what it is. It was really boring.
Not on Wheel girls.
God.
What are
We
the
fulfill
options?
all your wildest dreams.
Wildest dreams.
I was trying to work my exit. Press free to hear what I'm wearing.
Alan, how does Mary not know how to pay for a home phone? There are a lot of
Why
people
would
who
I
don't know how
know
to pay.
that?
Yeah,
Right.
why would- yeah.
Landlines,
I've never
man. I
paid
know
for a
some people
landline.
still have them, but while we were just talking about it just now, I had to actively
That's why I was
remember
like-
how a home landline works.
Well, because I was like, it couldn't have been connected to a credit card, right? Like, I was
Well,
trying
you
to
could
remember
do
how.
you could
Right.
do like a credit card, or it could charge your phone.
Yeah.
So like they would, yeah.
if you were trying to
Well,
like,
that's because
hide
I
it from
had
the
to
wife
remember.
or
I'm
something.
like, that's how it got shut off because they sent you a bill and then you didn't pay
Pay
the
it,
bill.
yeah.
Just like
You knew that's how it got shut off.
Yes,
Something like long distance phone calls
Yes.
are so foreign to anybody that's young.
My sister went to school in Tennessee for like a year or two. My older sister did. And I remember my parents would be like, okay, Saturday at 10 a.m., we're calling Martine. Like, if you guys want to talk to her, you got to be here because we got 10 minutes to do this because it costs too
Or you
much
got to
money.
use your night minutes.
Yeah.
When I was in the Philippines, we could call twice a year. We could call on Mother's Day, and we could call on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And those were the only days. And like
You
some
called
guys,
home twice a year?
Yeah.
Really?
That's crazy.
that's it, yeah.
And this is
Wow.
no internet and stuff too, right?
No, we could email once a week. So they'd let us email, and then.
But you're pretty cut off.
Yeah, very cut off because they're just trying to brainwash you.
Yeah.
They want you to focus on the work. So, but I'd also be done talking to my family in like 15 minutes. Like I had talked to them in a year, and I'd be like, so what else is going on? Oh yeah, you guys are all doing this exact same thing. And hanging out with the same people, and
I saw a dog eat a chicken.
Yeah, there's nothing all that exciting happening. And then there are other people, other missionaries. They'd be on the phone for like 4 or 5 hours and run up like these phone bills. This is international phone call in 2002,
Twice
2003,
a year.
and they're running up phone bills. They're like $300 and $400.
It's crazy.
And I'm like 15 minutes after, I'm like, so what else is going on? Like I'm all right, I'm good.
All right, I'm going to break. I'll have those Def Leppard Motley Crue tickets for you shortly. They're doing a stadium tour with Poison and Joan Jett next summer. They are coming to Cleveland. They'll play July 3rd at First Energy Stadium. Okay, Def Leppard.